was an amazing session by some um, great thought leaders. And I just wanted to cover a couple of things with you just for a couple of minutes. Hugo talked about 10 years of being an agile champion, and Steve Denning talked about the conference and how important it is to have financials and look at companies that are successful, look at their financials and their value creation. And he's pointing to businesses that are inspiring and moving in this direction. So that was positive. Richard Straub from the Drucker Forum spoke about leadership as a noble calling. And when done well, according to Clayton Christensen, is something that we all should be very proud of. So that's a really a great opportunity. Richard Straub talked about Houston, we have a problem with regard to management and how to lay that out. He talked about the Draghi report and the insight into that, how much investment will need to be required in European businesses to make them successful and profitable. And we talked about key learnings also from the military establishment and military representatives where there's lessons to be learned. So, it's pretty exciting to hear what those opportunities are. And he also talked about the fact that we're still in the industrial age. We're working through that, and that's a challenge. We have to balance creativity with change as organizations, and that's happening. And a function of changing mindsets. And that's difficult, changing mindsets and changing our habits. So that's important. So what's next? There's a Peter Drucker Forum. Any of you can sign up for that. And I encourage you to go. I've been to a number of Drucker Forums. It's an amazing conference. And I think you really, enjoy that opportunity. So that was Richard Straub and his comments. Revolutionary changes and new management with Lars at Bayer, just some amazing things, which is busting bureaucracy, which is, who would have thought that Bayer would be moving in this direction? And that's certainly happening. And their mission is to heal all and hunger for none. So, they're driving their organization around a shared mission and vision, and that's amazingly significant. Bayer is redesigning around their mission, and I think that's a key takeaway, and building around customer value, which I think is really important. They want to iterate faster, go faster. And how? They're going to change their systems, they're going to change behaviors. This is a lot of hard work. And they're moving toward autonomous, self-organized teams where decision-making is done at the team level and not by managers or leaders. The teams will make the decisions. So it's a lot of empowerment that's happening. And they're going to have a whole set of new behaviors that he talked about. No budgets, no 10-year plan. There's a reinforcement of the importance of the voice of the internal customer. Are we listening to our own internal customer, which is all of our team members, and how we're doing that? And, moving forward, moving toward a more faster, iterative, and creative culture in the organization. And, that was significant. Moving the pace, and what I refer to is the business, but also creating direction, very clear direction, and trajectory, and velocity. So 3 key things that help drive a business and focus on that. So that was great. Doug Kirkpatrick, I've known Doug for years. Morningstar story, just a new principle of self-managed teams and a self-managed business, and they created this, in trailers to figure out how do we self-manage and have no bosses in our organization, and the importance of commitment and trust. And having team members make all the decisions in the business, it's a world of high accountability, according to Doug. And it's just an amazing level of how they're building their leadership. He talks about leadership being earned, which are those people who talk about issues, challenge things, and then move things forward, which is possible. They talked about the impeccable commitment to making and keeping promises, which is vital, which is trust. And a commitment to how work is done. So great insights from Doug. Andrew Holm, he talked about, worked in a hierarchy for, almost all of his career. He started to see the symptoms of a disease in the organization. He developed, a whole new model for his business. He moved his business from 26 people to 4 people running a business. They were empowered, they were engaged, they were doing all sorts of great things. They focused on curing the diseases in the business, not treating symptoms, which I think is really big, and that every single person adds value in their organization. So 5 key lessons learned he talked about, so you could probably revisit that. And again, he talked about the cure. Eric Schmidt, with Google, just an amazing article or video about him, hierarchy to empowered team members, and I've been in that situation before. My businesses that I've run as a CEO, I focus on empowerment, engagement, and enlightenment, and that happens in big organizations, and it can happen in these very small ones as well. He moved to a model that shifts and iterates, so it's moving and being agile and moving quickly. Oftentimes he talked about this being chaotic, but also achieving amazing achievements. So strong shared vision is important to him. The Microsoft story and Satya Nadella, removing obstacles as a leadership perspective, and that's how I view my job as a leader, is to identify and remove obstacles as quickly as possible so that it allows freedom of my teams to be able to move as quickly as they possibly can. I just try to get stuff out of their way and stay out of their way. And I think that's what they're doing at Microsoft. And team members are, again, self-managing themselves. And he had a great image for what's happening. And the bottom line is that, within 10 years, he increased value by tenfold. So these activities were people-centric, focused on empowering people to take action and create environments where they make decisions and drive innovation, drive creativity, and also, keeping zero distance to the customer. So that's my quick recap of the morning session. Have a wonderful break this afternoon from all of you from all over the world. I'll be back after the breakout sessions, and we regroup. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here, and please come back. We have more to talk about today.